Hi everybody, this is Eric from Zhangjiagang Yatong Machinery.
I'm Aris.
Today we are going to introduce our company. Our company covers an area of 18,000 square meters with more than 30 employees. Our main product is about plastic profile machine, plastic pipe machine, plastic recycling machine, and so on. Today I'm going to mainly introduce the common solutions to PVC pipe machines.
And I will introduce the PPPE pelletizing machines.
So now let's go to the factory. Well, we are in the workshop now. This is our PVC production line. During the process, as the operator of the process are not skillful enough and some other reasons, this may lead to some problems. For example, the thickness are uneven and the circular degree is not good, and the surface on the pipe are rough, and so on. So we need to improve the product. We need to adjust the process and work out with these problems to improve it. So next I will mention some problems and solutions to solve it. The first is the outer surface of the plastic pipe is rough like this. You can clean the rubbish of the model first. If not work, you can adjust the process temperature. When the cooling water temperature is lowered, the suitable cooling water temperature is between 20 and 25 degrees. Or you can check the waterways to see whether there is block or the water pressure is enough or not. And you can see whether there is any damage to the heating head, such as bearing and nose. Finally, you should check the raw material. Okay, the second problem is the groove marks appears on the outer surface of the PVC pipe. And how to solve it? Let me show you. Adjust the outlet pressure of the sizing sleeve, and the water output is required to be balanced. And adjust the nozzle angle in the vacuum tank to make the pipe cooling uniform. Check whether there are some sun dries and burns in the hardware, such as cutting machine, side sleeving. When you find the vacuum tank without vacuum, you should check the vacuum pump whether it's blocked and the waterway leaks or not. After the pipe made out, you find the size of the outer circle of the pipe is not good. You can adjust the degree, the vacuum degree, to change the outer size of the pipe, or you can adjust the traction speed. If you find the pipe bending, you can check the following reasons. The first one is the thickness of the pipe is not the same. The second is the main machine and the cooling vacuum tank, the cooling tank and the traction and the cutting machine is not in the same straight line. The third one is the uneven discharging speed and the uneven cooling.
Thanks for my colleague, Aris Electrician. And now I will introduce our main product, plastic granulator. What part does the granulator include? Let's see together with the camera. The main machine of the plastic granulator is the extruder. The extruder is composed of extrusion system, transmission system, and a heating cooling system. The function of the extruder is to melt the plastic by heating, then go through transmission system, pelletizing system, cooling system, and collection system. Through our granulation waste plastic will turn to be clean, perfect pellets for reuse. Plastic granulator is a normal plastic recycling equipment, but in the daily operation, there will be some problems. Today, I will show you some problems of the granulators and the solutions. The first problem is when the host current is not stable, what should we do? First, we need to check the feeding part. If the feeding is not uniform, the host current will not be stable. We can also check whether the bearing of the main motor is damaged or badly lubricated. If necessary, you can replace the bearing or add lubrication oil. There is another possibility. The heating ring is broken and no heating, so the heater needs to be replaced. The next problem is the material from the die head. The material is blocked or not smooth. This problem always occurs when the machine is just running. Why I say like this? We can see together. The main reason is that the temperature setting is low. The plastic is not melted enough. The setting temperature of each room is not correct. Then the material is not stable. It needs to rise the temperature according to the melting point of the material. There will also be some foreign bodies in the raw materials. They cannot easily melted, and then the machine blocked. So what we need to do is clean the material from the die head and remove the foreign bodies. Finally, I would like to introduce one more problem. That is, the main power starting current is too high. In fact, this problem is very similar to the second problem. If the material from die head is blocked, the current will be higher. If the heating time is not enough, the torque is big, also can cause current problem. So before feeding, we must ensure that the temperature of each room reaches the set temperature and check heater is in working state. Another reason is the screen change has not changed for a long time and the mesh is blocked. So we need to do is change the screen and replace the new mesh. Today we have introduced the PVC pipe filtration line and the plastic granulation line. If you are interested in our machines or if you have any questions, you can leave a message to us. Thank you. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Dear viewers from Made-in-China.com, I'm Mr. Si from Bear Machinery, International Sales Department. Today, it is my pleasure to share with you how to get involved in the plastic recycling business and what is the most important information you have to know to effectively communicate with your machinery supplier, such like us, Bear. Bear Group is founded in 1998. Bear Group is the most comprehensive recycling solution suppliers for PET, PE, PP, ABS, and extra. Our mission is to provide leading solutions to our customer with our sincere attitude, both in terms of performance and energy efficiency. We are the Vice President Unit of the China Plastic Machinery Industry Association. We work closely with up and downstream business partners, as well as build up a long-term strategic partnership with international and domestic universities and institutions. We aspire to the best combination of theoretical research, practical application, and mass production to explore a sustainable development path toward the success. Now we will get into the first topic today. What kind of plastic can be recycled and what's your investment to do so? Dear viewer, have you paid attention to a little triangle symbol with a number on the most plastic products, like this one? It is called SPI Resin Identification Coding System and has 7 numbers in total. It is a set of symbols placed on the plastic items to identify the resin type that the item was made from. The system was developed in 1988 by the Society of Plastic Industry. The presence of the SPI symbols on a package indicates only that the package is manufactured from a certain resin type. The symbol does not imply that the item is recyclable. The SPI Resin Identification Coding System was developed to allow recyclers to effectively identify plastic items that could be recycled. The system also provides manufacturers with a consistent, uniform set of symbols that could apply nationwide. Here we recommend Code 1, PET, Code 2, HDPE, Code 4, LDPE, Code 5, PP, and some plastic among the Code 7, such like ABS. Business is business. Plastic are recyclable doesn't mean it will lead your business profitable. So from profit-driven perspective, there are 4 main wasted plastic sources. The first is the most favorite one, wasted directly from the plastic production line. It is barely polluted with less impurity. It's really good for recycling. The second one, sorted waste plastic from household garbage. It is ready for automatic washing and recycling. Less manpower is involved. The third one is unsorted waste plastic from household garbage. Less efficient and high investments to recycle because you need to spend more time and more machine to sort all different plastic out. The last one is the low-value plastic, such as landfill plastic, chemical polluted packaging, concrete bags. It is recyclable, but very low value to do so. Now we're going to talk about what you have to prepare before getting this business. The first, you should study your local policy for plastic recycling, such as the environmental protection policy, cost for local manpower, energy cost, suitable land, and facility for production. The second, investigate the supply and distribution channel. You have to know where to get your wasted plastic from and where to sell it after process. As well, the most important, the idea of the price margin. The third one, research the plastic you want to process. How many kinds of plastic are mixed? How many colors is it? What's the percentage of each impurity substance included, such as wood, metal, glass, paper? This is important to do so for efficient communication with the recycling solution supplier, such like Bayer. Now we're going to tell you the most essential questions Bayer may want to know clearly. Imagine that physical plastic recycling has the same idea as laundry. The first, we should to know how dirty is it? What kind of impurity substance involved in your raw material? Other plastics, paper, wood, magnetic metal, non-magnetic metal, oil bottle, chemical bottle, how many colors? More details will help us to design a proper solution for you. The second, how clean you want your material to be washed to process. What is the application of your final product? For example, the PET can be recycled as a bottle-to-bottle grade, which means you give me a dirty bottle. After the process, we give you a brand new bottle. Also, the second one is food grade and fiber grade. An extra different grade means higher purity. Higher purity can sell good price, and it will need more machines to process, as well as high investment. The third most important information we need to know, how many of them? What is the capacity? What's the percentage of different colors, materials. Please be noted, we talk about per hour output capacity. For example, you have 1 ton per hour material need to be processed, but 30% of it is impurity substance. Eventually, you will only get 700 kilogram for output. That is how we calculate the machinery capacity. Now you are ready to write an email or phone call to recycling solution provider such like Bayer. Give us the above information about your waste plastic capacity. Then we can offer you full service hereafter. Start from configuration, quotation, then come to the layouts in your plant, all the way to get the installation in your plants to start the manufacture. Now we are at the Bayer production facility, and I give you an introduction about our line, the raw line. The first, there are different modules included in our plastic recycling lines. The first is convey module, and the function for the convey module, like a screw loader, they drive all the materials through the different process from waste to product. The second is the sorting module. We have adopted different sorting modules like color sorting, optical sorting, robot sorting. The purpose to continue the automatic process. The third one is the crushing module to cut, crush, shred the big plastic into small pieces for the later process. The fourth one is the washing module. It also includes different washing methods. For example, like floating washing, friction washing, hot washing, spray washing, to make all the material getting clean. And also has a dewatering machine. The dewatering module in the process is continue to wash and dewatering, and wash again, dewatering again. Similar as the laundry you do in your home. The sixth one is the drying and packaging machine. Once all process is done, all the material will be dried and packed in the ton bag for the next process or delivered to your customers. They also have some other machines included in the whole lines. For example, the water treatment system. It will depend on your local influence policies and the palletizing line. For example, the HTP and the PP. The clients require after washed, it needs to be palletizing to small pallets. And the third one is the automatic conveyance system. Because now all the lines can be no-man operation line. It can be full automatically. So there are so many machines will be involved to achieve that. For example, on my right hand, it's a color sorter from a sorting module. And on my left hand, it's a crusher from a crushing module to make the material into small pieces. And it connects with a screw loader. It belongs to the conveying module. And this machine, we call it friction washer. It will from the washing module and it will make the material get clean. And here the big guy is a floating washer. Let's just give you samples about how the real machine looks like. That is all I would like to share with you today. I hope you get the idea how to get into the plastic recycling business and what kind of information you need to collect. Once you know your markets, your product, and have decent facility and employee, please do not be hasty. Contact Bayer now. We are more than happy to assist you to achieve the success. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tongda Machinery. This is Eileen from Tongda. We are professional to make extrusion blow mold machines since from 1999. Until now, we already made 8,000 machines to sort all over the world. Today, let me to introduce more about our machine and the mold, and how to select the machine as customers' requirements. Okay, now we are in our testing factory. There are many different models of the machine from 1 liter to 200 liter, but most popular machine to making product for jerry cans from 1 liter to 5 liter, and also have some small bottles for shampoo and detergent. Mostly we have the 0.5 liter 500 ml and 4 liter with wheel strap and 5 liter for the lubrication oil, and also some bottles can make for detergent. Okay, now how to select the machine. Firstly, we like to know about the capacity from the customer side. How many per hour? How many bottles you want for per hour? Because we have a single station and a double station. Also, we have single cavity die head, two cavity die head, triple cavity die head, even with 4 cavity die head. Depends on the capacity from the customers. Then we like to know if the bottle with wheel strap or multi-layer. So we check about for each layer percentage. We can recommend to the customers the multi-layer machine also. Even like this machine is the double station, 2 cavities. If the customers want to have more high capacity, so we can recommend to the customers to use with the servo. Like this machine with the servo valve to control the clamping. Also the tangle system for the clamping. There are many more different models, even from fully hydraulic, fully electric, and normal economic machine. So we are welcome to our store in Made in China. During the production, in the operation time, sometimes we found some problems about the handle. For example, like this kind of the bottles. Sometimes we face the problems with the handle, we cannot blow up. So how to improve this kind of the problems? How to solve it? Firstly, and we like to check about for the temperature of the mold. If the temperature is too much higher, so we need to make adjustment from the cooler, from the chiller of the machine to reduce some temperature. Secondly, also we check about for the mold open close. Maybe it's too fast. So by this way also this handle cannot blow up. And then also we check about for the design of the handle. If the design is not very reasonable, also maybe we need to make some modification from the mold. And the cutter area from this area, and so maybe need to make a little bit modification from the cutter inside the mold. Our second popular machine, especially to make stackable jerry cans from 5 liter up to 30 liter. Like this one, 5 liter and 10 liter, 20 liter, up to 30 liter. Also, how to select the machine for the customers. Firstly, we like to know about for capacity for each one product. Also, if the product with the wheel strip line or the multi-layer, so we can recommend the machine with according to the capacity or the requirements from the customers. So like this machine, and also we have the single station and the double station, single cavity or 2 cavity or 3 cavities, depends on the volume of the product. So like this machine, this is a 2-station product, 2-station single cavity with host cooling, with fully automatic. So like this kind of machine, also even our small machine, if you wanted to supply for fully automatic, also we can supply to the customers the conveyor, leak tester, waiter, and the poster cooling for fully automatic. This machine is a fully servo machine. That's for clamping side, we use the cylinder to control for the clamping. Also inside the hydraulic system, we use with fully servo. Especially for this type of the clamping plate. Clamping plate, we use the tangle system. For this one design, especially we can make more stronger, clamping force. So can get more good product, because when they make the deflection, so they can get enough stronger power and to remove the deflection parts. Also, we have different type of the machine. Even for this one, we can supply to the customers without deflection and more economic machine. Also, we have fully hydraulic, fully electric. So if you like to know more, and you can go to our website to check. During our production, so sometimes we face the problems for the techniques of the jerry cans. How to improve this kind of the jerry can color to keep with the theme. So from beginning, we need to check from the person control to make adjustment and to keep each one point average thickness. Then technically we check about for die mouse and to make some modification from the die mouse, because when the piercing come out from the machine, it's equally uniform. So when we make the square jerry cans, and from each color the stretch much bigger than another point. So here the thickness is more thin than another point. So by this way, if we make a modification from the die mouse to help the four color to change more thicker. Except our small machine for 1 liter up to 30 liter. So our this area especially for 30 liter up to 300 liter. Also we have 800 and 1000 liter. For example, like this one is our 50 liter, and to produce from 30 liter to 50 liter jerry cans, and also the tooling box and some automotive parts. This machine for our 120 liter machine, because the big machine, this is accumulator that has the design, so it's different with the small machines. For example, like this machine is our 80 liter machine, so can produce some bus seat and automotive parts and the tooling box and so on, this kind of product. So let's say for all of this area and for our big machine testing area. This is for our 30 liter double station machine, and this one is normal hydraulic system machine. So for this one machine can make up to 30 liter, capacity can get around 140 pieces per hour for 30 liter. Normally the weight around 1.2 kg for the weight. For example, this is our machine TDW 160 liter, especially can produce some solar power and also the pallets, plastic pallets, and automotive parts for the car. And also this kind of the machine, we can produce some for the water barrel. And this one is TDW 350, and this one also is TDB 250 liter. For this type of machine, all of this big machine, also we have single layer, 2 layer, 3 layers for the customer's requirement, and we can support it to the customers. So you can see this one. This is our machine, TDW 350 liter. And this type of machine can produce for plastic pallets and also plastic drum. So for this one, at the same time, just to change the mode, we can produce for the solar power and for the floating also. And especially in last year, very popular product for the bed, for the bed to use in the hospital. So you can see this one machine. This one is 2 layer. Especially also we support to the customers, and according to their requirements, they want to inner layer or outer layer to use with recycled material to save the cost. So you can see we have this one at this moment and to testing in this area. This is for plastic drum, especially for the food and chemical or some dangerous liquid, and we use this one. Also, this kind of product we can produce for open top and double airing. This one is double airing drum, and also single airing. For this kind of the drum, we can support the customers to get the certification for UN certification, and especially and to testing for this kind of the with a good quality. This really is most important for this kind of the design. So now for this one, you can see this is for the accumulator that had, and at this moment we make for the 2 airing drum. So now our worker Yeah, technician to support and to take out this drum. But this one is single air ring drum. So single air rings means only have one ring here, and the bottom, yes, and only the bottom is the round. So it's different with this one. So normally this kind of the drum we make around 8.5 to 9.5 kilo. So now, how to choose this kind of the machine when the customers request? How we select the machine for the customers? Also, from beginning, we like to know about the dimension of the product and the weight of the product, because the dimension and to help us to choose the platen dimension for the weight of the product. So how we choose for the accumulator. Because the big machine is not like a small machine, it's continuous die head. So always the materials come down. But this one, so when the accumulator die head full inside and then injection material down. So for this one, we needed to know for the weight of the product, and then we can recommend to the customers and to choose what's the volume for the die head. For example, for this kind of the drum, if the weight is 13 to 15 kilograms, so we must choose the bigger die head, the bigger volume of the die head. So this is why, and we needed to know about for this. Mostly now for the drum in the market, we have single layer, 2 layer, and 3 layer. So this depends on the product requirement from the customer side. Why they choose for different layer? Because the middle layer, or they use 3 layer or 2 layers. They can use more how to say, the recycled materials inside, and mostly to save the cost from the material. Normally our machine need some accessories and to support to working with automatic. And for example, we need like auto loader and for the up to transport the materials up on the hopper, to no need labor and to take the materials put on the hopper. Also, like this one is the post cooling, and especially to the conveyor, and then goes to take the product, goes to the conveyor to the nick tester. So also here we have the post cooling and to keep the shape for the jerry cans. Also we can support to the customers with the mixer and the chiller, air compressor, and some water tower. Because normally we use the water tower to cooling for the machine. At the same time, we use the chiller to cooling the mold. So it's two different. And at the same time, also like this kind of the jerry can. Okay, if the quality is okay, so it's our natural product. But if we found some problem for the jerry can, also the deflasher parts from the handle and or from the bottom. So we can through this kind of deflasher parts and to put in the crusher. So we need a crusher. So mostly the need for the automator, mixer, hopper, material, we choose according to the material. So for normal, especially for PC material, we need for the hopper dryer. But for another PE materials, no need this kind of the hopper dryer. Just the normal dryer is okay. And the chiller, air compressor, and for this one, for nick tester. And after nick tester, so we can remove this kind of the parts. So this kind of done because no need this first layer. So we can throw this one to the crusher. After the material from the crusher, so we can go to the autoloader again to make recycling using from the machine. So by this way, also sometimes we support to the customers with master batch and with proportional valve and to setting the master batch, recycled material, and the new material, and to setting each one how many percentage to put on the machine. So look this one. Now we make the operation. For this was 30 liter. This is a 2 layer. So we should support for 2 autoloader on the up on the 2 hopper. Same for this one and the conveyor. This one conveyor for the crusher scrap and to transport the scrap material to the crusher. So by this way, can support the customers to working with full automatic, no need labor cost, no need labor to working on the machine. So wholly of the production line, you only need one person to do the support. So by this way, you can reduce the most cost for the labor. Also, if considering about for the cost for the whole project, so you only need to choose the main machine with the mold, and no need for the conveyor or leak tester is okay, no problem. But for the alternator and the trainer, air compressor, crusher, this kind of the accessories is needed. You must use this kind of the accessories and to do the support to running whole of the project. Okay, many customers concerned about for machine installation. So how to prepare before they receive the machine? Firstly, before delivery the machine, we send the foundation drawing to the customers and to preparing in the workshop for water, oil, and the electrical, air also, to be ready for all of these things according to our foundation drawing, to keep also the water pipes and the air pipes and everything be ready. So until to waiting our machine arrive. So by this way can save a lot of the time when our machine arrives, and our technician will do the support to running the machine as much as we can. Mostly around 1 week will be ready. So also during the service, after we send the machine, so before the machine shipping from our factory, we preparing the technician to send it to the customer's factory. So by this time, we preparing for the visa and for tickets, everything. So when the machine be ready in customer's factory, our technician also will be ready in customer's site. So by this time, they will do the support to installation the machine, and also to training their operator how to use the machine, how to solve some numerous problems during the operation, especially in this COVID-19 virus. So nobody can go outside to do after service. So especially we built the big service team. Around totally we have 20 engineers and to do support online, even at night. So our technician stay online to do the support to running our machines and also to solve the problems of our machines. Also in certain countries that we have our service center and our agent there to do the support to solve the problems. So mostly for us, most important, and we look about for the after sales service. So we do our best and to satisfy our customers and to running all of the machines which we sold. According to current situation and the future development of extrusion blow molding machine, the status of extrusion blow molding machine industry. So our company also we are doing our best to improve ourselves to make more good machine to do more good service. So in the future, if you have any request, and you are welcome to visit our company, also to visit our website to choose the product what you need. Thank you. See you next time.
Hi everyone, welcome to our live show. I'm your host Lina from Tech Machinery. It's a great honor for me to have this opportunity to make this live show with Made in China. We are specialized in manufacturing complete line of plastic recycling machine for over 10 years. Our company is located in Zhangjiagang City, Jiangsu Province of China, which is near the Shanghai Airport. It takes only 1 hour by high-speed train from Shanghai Airport to Zhangjiagang Station. Now, we are standing in front of our factory. Today, just follow my step to visit. First, I'll introduce you our main products in the showroom. Let's go to our showroom. Our company is one of the national high-tech enterprises. We have obtained many national invention patents, and we also have our registered trademark and also CE, SGS certification for our machines. So far, we exported about 100 sites of plastic recycling machine to overseas. So don't worry about our machine quality and the import licensing. And also here are some plastic samples that we test run with our machine before delivery. For example, these are the PET flakes that you can reuse them to make polyester fiber PET straps and the PET sheet. These are the PET bottle flakes that you can reuse for injection products such as the bottle caps, and also be used for blowing molding products such as the detergent bottles, plastic containers, gasoline drums, and so on. And this is the PP film bags that you need further processing into this small pellet so that you can make in the PP film bags again. And for large thick material, we also have the shredder to do the size reduction like this. And besides, we also have the calorimeter to make the PE film, PP bags, and the PET fiber into small popcorn granules for further reuse. Then let's look at the plastic recycling machine with two models. One is PET bottle plastic recycling machine. One is PP soft plastic film washing machine. Let me introduce how they are arranged and their function. From the beginning is the bill opener. We know most of the PET bottles are priced in bills for save space and transportation cost. So if you want to recycling them, first you need this bill opener to scatter the bottle bills automatically so as to save the manpower. And the next is the trommel machine. With its rotation, it will loosen the bottles and remove out the sand, rock, stones from the bottles, and then feeding out the bottles constantly. And then comes to the pre-washer. For some customers in European and American countries, buyers has very high requirement for the final bottle flakes. So normal we suggest this pre-washer. You can wash with hot water or cold water for better effect. And then comes to the label remover machine, which is used for remove the label. Which is used for removing the labels off from the bottles. This is the water tap. We also have the dryer tap for customers from African countries where the water resources is scarce. And bottles after delivering will come onto this manual sorting belt. Workers will sorting out the non-PET bottles and the different color bottles. And we can add a metal detector on this sorting belt to detect out the metals. And if your materials are with some irons or ferrous metals inside, we can also add a crossing magnetic belt to take them out. Bottles after sorting with the same color will go through this crusher for size reduction. This crusher router is special designed with ice shape, especially for plastic bottles, and the size is variable due to the different size of mesh screen. Bottle flakes after crushing will go to floating washing tank, and then it's the hot washing tank. For PET flakes, hot washing is very important. So normally we suggest more than 2 sets of hot washing tank shift use. Bottle flakes will stay in this hot water for at least 20 minutes, and with the chemical detergent. You will get better washing effect. And after this, also another 2 sides of floating washing tank. Here we use the high-speed friction washing. it rotates with high speed that can friction washing out the dirty and the chemical water from the bottles. And also the two sides of floating washing tank for further washing. And then we use the horizontal dewatering machine to remove out water from the bottle flakes, and then with the hot air to drying the flakes. And we also have this zigzag air classifier to remove the dust or fines or remain labels from the bottle flakes. And for some large capacity or high requirement for bottle flakes, we also recommend our customer the color sorter and the polymer sorter in the end, so we'll get more clean and high quality PET flakes. These are the optional choice of floating washing tank and the dewatering machine, which the price is economical. And besides all this plastic recycling machine as shown here, we can also further discussing if buyer want to add or replace some machine. Then let me show you our soft PE/PP film plastic recycling machine. Also, from the beginning, waste films will be loaded into this crusher, and the crusher with high rotary speed will cut the film into small pieces. And then the film pieces will be washed in this floating washing tank. And if your material is very dirty as the agricultural film or machine film, we will suggest you here a hot washing tank with hot water and chemical detergent to get a better washing effect. And then it comes to the high-speed friction washer. It will washing out the dirty and water out of the material with high rotary speed. And then another side of floating washing tank for further washing. Then we will remove the water with this film dewatering machine and hot air to drying the material. Then finally we will get the clean PE/PP film bags for putting into the pelletizing machine to make granules. And these are the optional choose part. We can also use the single soft shredder to instead crusher for plastic films. This single shaft shredder and this double single shaft shredder is mainly used for scattered films. And this single shaft shredder with curved hydraulic pushing stroke is especially used for waste films in bills. And this is the plastic film squeezing pelletizing machine used for drying the washed film and making them like granules. So the washed film after this machine can be put into the extruder directly. Regarding the plastic recycling machine, it is necessary to provide a fully designed service for according to its customer's requirement. So a good technical team is very important. Let's go to our technology department. First, many customers want to know how to install the machine in their factory. This needs a machine detailed layout diagram. Please watch our engineer's laptop. We make the layout for every customer in our database, and our engineer has more than 10 years experience in this plastic recycling industry. We will make the exact layout design for water pipe, power supply, and the machine configuration according to customer's actual situation. By SolidWorks, you will see the 3D drawing and understand your machine easily. As we know, one complete plastic recycling line including about 10 to 40 different machines based on customers' requirement. We manufacturing all of these machines strictly according to the drawing, and our quality control department will test all the machine before loading. Then let's go to see the workshop, and I'll tell you some more important machines and where you need special attention. The crusher is very important in the whole recycling line. If it has any problem, the whole line will be stopped. Most of our customers worry about its lifespan and how often do we sharpen the blades. Now we already take off the crusher hopper, so let's have a look at the inside the crusher chamber. If you want to buy a crusher, you must check 3 parts: crusher chamber, crusher rotor, and the crusher blade. In fact, the plastic flakes will the chamber out quickly during high-speed crushing. So we must make the crusher chamber with very thick steel. This thickness of our crusher chamber is 40 millimeters, so it is more durable. And the design of crusher rotor directly affects the machine capacity. Our crusher rotor is specially designed with S shape that can crush the plastic material more sufficient. And the crusher blades are consumable parts, and how often they needed to be sharpened. For example, blades made by SKD11 can use 16 hours. Blades made by D2 can use 32 hours, then need sharpening. But the price is different. If you want to recycle hard lump or big barrel, then you will need a shredder machine. There are many different kinds of shredder machine. How to choose the suitable one? Let's have a look. If you want to recycle large, thick materials such as the big block, plastic lumps, thick pipe, and so on, we suggest you this single shaft shredder. And the model depends on the max size of your material. For example, if your material is with max size 800 millimeters, we will suggest use VS 4080 single shaft shredder, as the threading chamber is 800 millimeters. If you want to recycle hollow materials such as the buckets, barrels, and pellets, and so on, we suggest you this double shaft shredder. The model also depends on the max size of your material. And normally, if a buyer has high requirement for the final size, we recommend our buyer the one crusher after this shredder, and you will get the final flakes with your requirement size. Besides the shredding and crushing in plastic recycling line, the watering machine is also very important, as we need to make sure the final material is clean and dry enough for further reuse. This is our horizontal dewatering machine. For many suppliers will use the screw loader to loading the plastic flakes to nest the machine. We have this dewatering machine with inside the fine design that can blowing the plastic flakes directly to nest the machine. You just need a pipe to connect. And for the inside screen mesh, you may want to know how long it can be used. We use the stainless steel with top Chinese manufacturer. It can use at least 3 months. As you see, the plastic recycling line is so big, you may worry about a big problem in your factory. Don't worry, we have the turnkey after service. Please have a look at the electric control cabinet. We use the Schneider contactor, ABB inverter, and also Daisy brand, and so on. And all of these control cabinets are made by our electric engineers, and they are also part of our after-service team. They have been to different countries for help installing and commissioning at least 100 different recycling lines. When you receive our machine, we will send the engineers to help installing, commissioning, and training. And during the guarantee period, if the machine's malfunction is approved to be our responsibility, we will send the broken parts for free to you. Okay everyone, that's all for today as we have time limited. Thank you for watching and see you next time.
Hello everyone, this is Janet. I'm from Fike Union Company. I'm sales manager in our company. Fike Union was built in 2000 year. Till now, it has around 20 years old, covering around 2,000 square meters.
which is specialized in researching and manufacturing plastic machines. If you have any inquiry on plastic extrusion machines, it will be one of your choice. Our company has around 90 works. We have been exported around 18 years. Our main overseas market is in South America, Middle East, Africa, and South Asia. Today, I'm going to show you and guide you how to choose the plastic extrusions if you need. Now I'm show some my technology about extrusion products. I teach you how the machines are running. For the extrusion machines, the working technology is like this line. The first step, fitting the material into the extruder. This part is extruder machine. From the extruder machines, then to the shaping models. For the plastic extruder machines, it have different types of products. Just different products, just changes models. After the models, this part is a vacuum and the shaping and cooling device. This cooling device we made by stainless steel. This is can make the machines long lifetime. After the vacuum tanker, and then we use this part is our haul-off machine. Haul-off the machine. After the haul-off machine, and this is the cutting machines. We will cut the machines based on the customer's requirement. We can cut the product length based on the customer requirement. Maybe some customers 3 meters, 4 meters, and 6 meters cut. And this can design on the cutting machine. And this final step is stack. After the stack, and we get packing and storage and then delivery. And this complete line will be the finish, just like this. Nowadays, PP and HDP pipe are widely for supply the water and the gas. So in our workshop, this line is for PE pipe. The maximum diameter can produce 315 millimeter. Now this line is adopts the high technology configurations, especially for the extruder and model designs. Are very high technology designs. For the extruder, we use the screw and the barrel. We adopt the large length to diameter ratio. This ratio is 38 ratio. It highly increases the capacity of the extruder. Compared with the common extruders, the capacity increased around 30%. The screw uses the spiral designs, and also the two melting die heads, and also for the screw we design by the water cooling, preventing the material being heated and blocked, causing the material at the screw fitting part unable to transport the forward in time. We design the water cooling device for the fitting system. Water factors of various has the support lines on the product. Normally, the temperature of the die header for the die mouth and the mandrel is too low, and the secondary is the temperature, the extrusion line, the speed is too fast, and the melting plastic in the die body is not well. And the third problem is maybe the model design has the problems, such as the compressor ratio is too low. The fourth problem is maybe the screw design maybe is not suitable for the different calcium carbonate, because for the different calcium carbonate percentage and the screw design will be different. During the customer producing the extrusion products, what factors cause the weaving lines on the outer wall of the products? The first most important factor is the vacuum is too large. So the customer must be check the vacuum degree first. Here is adjust for the customer to adjust the vacuum degree. And this is a meter to show how much degree, how much bar will be shown on this meter. And the second point is for the water effect is very poor. So we can adjust the water by this device. This is our new design for the high capacity machines. And also the third point is for the product is immersed in the cooling water. So before the water, we don't have the water level designs on the machines, but now we already changed the new design. This is water level, which can control the water flow very exactly. And also we can check the water level from this glass cover. And also during what factors are causing the pipe bending. Normally is the wall thickness. The wall thickness is not evil, and the second important is maybe the lines, extruder lines with die header and the vacuum tanker, off machine, and the cutting at not in the same straight lines. The third problem is the water is not cooled equal. So it's better for the customer adding the chillers. This will make the pipe quality better. During the customer producing the final products, maybe some customer meet the cracks problems. What factors cause cracks on the products? The first important, the customer must be checked whether has the duty in the material. The second, maybe the processing temperature is too low. The third point is how off speed is too fast. The fourth is the integrated the structure is not designed well. Okay, maybe most customers very care about the delivery time of our production lines. Normally, our machines delivery time is around 40 days to 50 days. Maybe some customers from South America and other countries, maybe the motor need special design. Maybe the delivery time will be longer, normally around 60 days. But anyway, our machines delivery time will be shipped in time. And also sometimes some customers ask whether we will test the machines before shipping. Normally we must be test every lines, every machines before loading the containers. For the production lines, we must test it with the materials. running around 4 to 6 hours in our workshop to solve all the problems we meet. And after the machines shipping to the customers' factories, we will provide the operation manual, and also if the customers don't understand it well, we also make the video with the customers to teach the customers to install and how to use the machines. Now this is special times. Our engineer is difficult to go outside, so we do like this. But normally, after the machines shipping, our engineer will go to the customer's factory to install the machines and do the training for the customers' works by our engineers. So if during the customers using the machines, if they have met any problems of the machines, we will send the spare parts immediately by the international impress. If the customers still in the guarantee time, normally our machines guarantee time is 2 years. If the spare parts is still in the guarantee time, we will send the spare parts freely by the international express. Because it's a special time, the coronavirus, so our engineer can't go outside do the install the machines and do the training for the machines. So the most customers are very care about this point. So you don't worry about these problems because we have some agent overseas, like in the South Africa, in the Africa and South America, Middle East and South Asia, we have the agent there. So if you need any help on the machines, install the machines and do the training works, our agent will do their best to help you to solve the problem. And also you don't worry about the after service on our machines, because we have the detailed record in our companies. You just tell us the contract number, also the machine's sales number, and then we can find out all the spare parts on the machines, and then we can send it by the international express immediately. So no need to worry about this problem. So if any customers are interested in the plastic extrusion machines, welcome you to send an inquiry to us. So hello everybody. So thanks very much for your attention on this review show. So welcome you to visit China with our factory, and hope we can establish good business relationship in the future. I think you will be very satisfied with our machines, and we are the very good reputation companies in China. So let's have a good business relationship in the future. Thank you, and don't forget to leave the comment on this live show. Thank you again.